That was funny. Are we almost at the end of the chapter? No. We still have to get to page 37. Somehow. It's receivable turnover. Liquidity of receivables. So their net sales of this much, assuming that they were all credit sales. Their turnover was 31.4 times or every 11.6 days. Because if you divide 365 divided by that number, you see how many days it takes to collect on that or something. So are we just going to go over these ratio? Well, there's just this one ratio that relates to receivables. The average collection period should not greatly exceed the credit term period. If customers are given a 60-day period for payment, that average collection period should not be too much in excess of 60 days. Okay. Appendix. That takes up a lot of the chapter. And according to our schedule, we don't have to look at Learning Objective 5, right? See? It's not covered in the chapter. So, skip this. Wait. This whole thing is an appendix, right? This whole thing is part of the appendix. I don't need to read it. Please tell me. There's another appendix. So I guess the rest of the chapter is the appendix. Okay, so I was mistaken about there being an appendix in the middle of the chapter. It turns out there are two appendices, right? I didn't open the second appendix or something. Like, wait, what? Yeah, this appendix includes all this stuff. This appendix includes this. Okay, that's there's a lot of stuff in the chapter that we're skipping over. I'm just hoping that we don't cover it in class. He doesn't have it on the schedule, so therefore it should not be counted. Hopefully. And I'm not going to spend any more time on this. I'm just going to do the assignments. Please. Alright, nice. Held him to a field goal. Hate myself. Wait. Dude, this could take me like 20 minutes. I think that this pre-lecture learning thing takes very little time. It takes like 20 minutes. But I kind of struggle to understand a lot of the stuff in the chapter, so maybe it will take longer. Great. Says, well, yeah, thank goodness it only has these sections. It doesn't have the appendix. All right. Yes, it took over 2 hours to read the chapter. It took over 2 hours. And there was a lot of stuff I still don't understand. Why am I saying this? This is not good. My ability to comprehend information has completely declined. I don't want to review stuff. That's what I've been doing for the past 2 hours. The company has cash set aside for a plant expansion. This should be classified as how am I supposed to know if it's current or non-current? Current? Oh, geez, it's either current or non-current asset. Crap. The question is a plant... Dang it! Who cares? Send an answer. Because even if you... the answer is... what? The correct answer is non-current. Good job. They show restricted cash in the long-term section of the balance sheet. If the company's holding cash for a longer period of time, well, you're just supposed to assume that because it's a plant expansion, they're holding it for a long period of time. Maybe I'm just not smart. I am no longer smart. I was smart when I was in grade school, but I'm no longer smart when I get to college. Weirdly enough, I've maintained A's and B's throughout my entire college career. All of the classes I've taken, I've gotten A's and B's in up to this point. For financial reporting purposes, which of the following are not considered cash? I forgot which one it is. Posted checks. I don't remember the answer to this question. I think it's one of these two. That was fine. Dang it. Gotta be this one, right? Hey, look, I was correct. Post-dated check. I don't even know what those are exactly. Because they're readily convertible and immediately available. Continue. I don't need to review the topic. Most companies use the BLA method in practice. Which method? Gross method, I think. Right? Of what? The gross method of what? They literally didn't even say what. Of. Oh my gosh. Gross method of what? Of something I read in the chapter, I totally forgot what it was. Anyways, I remember all I remember is that of accounting for bad, I forgot what it was. Or accounting for sales discounts or something. Yeah, whatever. Why is the gross method used more often? They literally just explained it. They literally just said that. It's less analysis and bookkeeping, right? Yeah. What is this? How am I already a third of the way through? Okay. Now what do we do? Have to use our brains? Really? I didn't know what it is. I use my brain. Sales on credit. There's also a credit balance of $10,000 in the allowance. Credit balance. I forgot what credit and debit means in this case. Oh. Oh my gosh. Allowance for doubtful accounts. Life. Okay. I forgot how that works exactly. I forgot. Doubtful accounts. You're not sure you're going to receive. I have to literally logically think through this. I have to logically think through. It affects accounts receivable. It is the opposite of accounts receivable. If you are unable to collect $10,000, that means your accounts receivable goes down from 990. So that means if it's a credit balance, the credit is decreasing accounts receivable. The $10,000 is the amount. Okay. What will be the amount of bad debt expense recognized if they estimate that 8% of its outstanding receivables will be uncollected? So basically, I have to get my phone calculator out, dang it. I'm just going to try to get used to using this new calculator I downloaded. 0.08 times 99. Right? Please. Wait, no. No. Yes. So they are estimating that 79,200 will be uncollectible. So the bad debt expense will be that minus 10,000, or is it minus 10,000? Or is it plus 10,000? You want to get so you want to get it from 10,000 to 79,200, which means you subtract it, so it's 69,200. Please tell me I did that right. Please. Alrighty. Oh, jeez, I did that correctly. I'm not a complete idiot. I'm not a complete fraud. Wait, fraud. Like, I feel like I don't belong in this class for some reason. Because of the fact that it's been 2 years since I took financial accounting. I should tell the professor, if I'm having a lot of trouble in the class, I should tell the professor, I took financial accounting in fall of 2020. And now I'm taking intermediate accounting 2 years later. Because my advisors thought it would be the most genius idea of all time to have me take one accounting class per semester. They're like, oh, accounting classes are hard. We'll give you all these easy business administration classes so it won't be too difficult for you. Oh, no, it's the exact opposite. Even though I've spent this whole time complaining how hard this stuff is, I actually find this still to be easier than my business administration classes, because at least I can just at least if I study this a little more, it'll click, and then it'll be easy from there. And I won't have to write any papers. And account balances for accounts receivable of this, and for related allowance for uncollectible accounts of this. Aging of accounts receivable indicated that 225 of the current receivables are expected to be uncollectible. Oh, come on. I just hit my knee, but it didn't hurt that much. That was fun. Is the 90,000 thing irrelevant? Isn't it just this number minus this number, and this number is actually not relevant? Right? I hate myself. 1, 3, 8. Yes, I can't do mental math. I can do mental math if I just think about it for 10 seconds. Clear. So what do you do? Okay, it's 1-1. Something. Hey, look, I found it. I didn't even do it. I just looked at 1-1, and then it was the answer. They subtracted. That's exactly what I was doing. This minus this equals this. This is irrelevant. Okay, continue. We're already halfway done with the assignment. Jeez. What? Net earnings for those 3 years and its retained earnings at the end of 2021. Oh, great. What the heck is this? Well, I didn't read the whole question yet, so we only have to keep track of one NFL game so I can click on it more often. That's logic for you. Nice, the Bears scored a touchdown. Good job. Justin Fields only had to throw one pass so far this whole game. That's kind of fun. What the heck? One pass for 30 yards? What is going on? They just ran the ball a lot and then got into the end zone. They ran the ball 6 times and threw it once to get into the end zone. That's interesting. Oh, Justin Fields ran in for a touchdown. Okay, stop. At the beginning of 2019, they received a 3-year, zero interest bearing $10,000 trade note. Oh no! One of these problems. They received that 3-year trade note. The market rate for equivalent notes was 9% at the time. They reported this note as a $10,000 trade note receivable on its statement. No, they received a note. That means that they lent money. They lent $10,000. They received the note of $10,000, right? That means they lent $10,000, basically. Wait a minute. Yes, receivable because they lent the money, and now in the future they will receive $10,000 back. $10,000 of sales revenue. What will be the result of this accounting on the company's net earnings? What does this mean? What will be the result of this accounting on the company's net earnings? Oh, man. Net earnings. Well, net earnings is basically the same thing as net income. Jeez. Saving for later is not going to do anything. I don't know how to do this because I'm stupid. Net earnings. Sales revenue. Retained earnings? Dude. I'm basically just guessing because can you please tell me how to. Since they reported the trade note as sales revenue for 2019, its earnings would be overstated for 2019. In similar respects, they would be understated for 2020 and 2021. I don't exactly know why that is the case. That's a bad sign. How is it? Yep, I'm just moving on. I can't be bothered to figure out why I'm wrong. How is it no peg? If a company cannot determine the fair value of goods exchanged, isn't this what it is though? Must approximate an applicable interest rate that may differ from the stated interest rate. End of the quarter. But oh, fun! One of these questions. The factoring thing. Finance charges. This 5% was retained to cover sales discounts. What amount should they report as a loss on sale of receivables? Now this is going to be fun. This is fun. I have to look through the textbook again to try to figure out what they did here. That's fun. No, where is it? Where's the thingy? Loss and sale of receivables. Sale with recourse. So here's what they do. What did this say? Recourse basis. Their loss was $21,000. How did they get to $21,000? How did they get that amount? Where did they get the $21,000? It's this minus net proceeds, and they had to calculate net proceeds first. They received cash due from factor was this. What was $25,000? Less recourse liability, net equals net proceeds. Then you subtract the book value from the net proceeds, and that's the loss. What was the original information? Finance charge of 3%. The finance charge of 3% was 3% times this equals this. So the due from factor has nothing to do with it, does it? Okay, that was the original loss. But with the recourse thing, there is a bigger loss. Because the loss ends up being... The due from factor is included in the calculation again. What? But here it isn't. Because I literally don't know what that means. Oh, jeez. Loss in sale of receivables. Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. What's a loss in sale of receivables? The way they calculate down here is due from factor, cash received, plus due from factor. Wait, where do they get the cash received amount from? Where do they get that? The cash received, because they calculate due from factor, they calculate the finance charge. No. Due from factor, loss on the sale of receivables. They can't just directly put the finance charge in. They have to due from factor 25,000. What? Why didn't they include the finance charge in the? There's no finance charge? Wait. Yeah, but what? What did he? Why don't we think about the finance charge? They do calculate the finance charge. They already calculated the finance charge. They calculated that and got this number of 460 because they subtracted these two from 500,000 to get this. Then what they did was add back the due from factor thing. Wait. No, this is so convoluted. They didn't have to do this. All they had to do was subtract the finance charge, subtract the finance charge to get this, then subtract the recourse liability, then this is so convoluted. All you had to do was subtract the finance charge and this. No, add the finance charge and this to get this. The finance charge is 15,000. The recourse liability is this, so you get 21,000. So all you have to do, it's fair. They made it way more complicated than it had to be. All you have to do is 3%. I keep getting useless notifications. The finance charge is 0.03 times 200,000 plus what? 3,000, and that's it. That's the answer. 9,000. So, finance charge plus the fair value of the recourse. So, that's the exact calculation I did. That's what I did on my calculator just now. It took me 5 years to figure out how to do that question. And it was the simplest thing on earth. Anyways, time to spend another 5 years on this. Oh, the Packers scored. Nice job. Whoa. Hey, so His second completion was for -4 yards. Oops. Oh, man. Well, the Bears have the ball again, but they're doing terribly. Nice. Wait. That's fine. Anyways, wait. Stop. Oh, no, not a question related to this topic. Oh. $2 million, 8% loan with the bank. They also pay a finance fee of 1% of the transaction. What would they record on the transfer of receivables? Oh my gosh, I have no idea how to do this. Isn't it just the 1% finance fee? Isn't that literally it? Isn't it just 1% of what? No, apparently not. I have no idea. Wait, 0. Trick question. Trick question. No transfer was made because this is secured borrowing. I mean, I didn't have a 100% comprehension of the question, but I had a feeling it was a trick question because since it was a secured borrowing, they didn't actually transfer receivables yet. Or even, what if they eventually did, though? Well, this is the record they made at the beginning of the transaction. So stop. We only have one more question, and it's a multiple choice question, and we're done. Why is it that these exercises don't require you to get the right answer? All they require you to do is to get through the question. I could do this whole thing. Just by clicking random answers, and it wouldn't care because it doesn't give me questions multiple times until I get it correct. It gives me the question one time. How are travel advances that are deducted from the salary reported? I forgot. Crap. I'm going to get it wrong and still... Oh, look, it pushed me back. So never mind, I guess I was wrong. They receive it as receivables if collected from employees. I don't even know what that exactly means because I'm stupid. I'm too much of an idiot to know what that means. No, the only reason I answered as cash is because I remember I feel like that was in that section. Receivables deducted from salary. It's pathetic how I don't know what that is exactly. What is restricted cash? Didn't I already answer this correctly? No, maybe this is a different question I haven't seen yet. Restricted cash is cash set aside for a particular purpose or not available. Easy. So it does set your bar back if you get a question wrong, I guess. So never mind, it's not the same. You can't just answer random answers. Series company is cash in the bank of this much. So if I had gotten that other question right, would I have been done with this exercise already? Series company has a cash in the bank of this. Restricted cash in a separate account of this, and a bank overdraft. I forgot what the thing of bank overdraft says. Oh, come on. I forgot what they said about overdrafts. Nope, hilarious. I could keep going for more practice. Well, I'm done. So no, bye. Jeez. this is going to suck. I'm going to get to class and basically not know how to do any of the questions. That's the entire point of doing this. Well, not exactly. Chapter 4 assessment, Chapter 4 task-based simulation assessment. Huh. What is that? Weird.